What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elena and we're here with the season finale for Loki. What a journey it's been, and oh boy, what an episode we're gonna be watching right here in just a few minutes. Oh my god, last week was so crazy. Like, so much shit happened. We met so many Lokis, like classic Loki, Kid Loki, Alligator Loki, Boastful Loki, President Loki. And, you know, our Loki and Sylvie. That's like, what, 7 Lokis or something? Anyway, Loki ended up in the Void, which is where everyone who gets pruned goes. And it's like this dump for everything that gets pruned way at the end of time. And it's like the trash bag of the universe. And there's this monster over there, Alioth, who just eats everything that gets pruned, people and objects. And yeah, that they just die, I guess. And you know, since it's at the end of time, nothing there is consequential, so you know, nobody cares. Yeah, we saw some great little like Easter eggs. We saw like a yellow Thanos helicopter. We saw like Ronin's ship. That's the guy that I couldn't think of the name for, but he's the villain for Guardians of the Galaxy 1. We saw like Mjolnir when they entered that hatch. We saw like a little tiny Thor guy in a jar or something, which was so fucking funny. Yeah, and so we got to know the other Lokis a little bit. They were all really fucked up, but the classic one was really cool. We also followed Sylvie a little bit, and she wanted to see Loki again, so she just self-pruned herself and ended up in the Void as well. Met up with Mobius, who was also still alive. And they met up with Loki and the gang. So at the end, they wanted to, you know, escape, I would say. But they had to go through Alioth to escape. So they came up with a plan to enchant Alioth and then kill it and escape or something. And that's what they did. However, they needed help, and classic Loki like build up the entirety of Asgard as an illusion in order to distract him, and it was amazing. It cost him his life, but what a fucking badass, right? And yeah, at the end there, they managed to invade Alioth's mind, and it died, and like this little portal opened up, and they saw like this house or something in the distance, and that's where Loki and Sylvie are walking to. Meanwhile, Mobius got this tempad back and went back to the TVA in order to tear it all down or something. And I hope we get to see some of that as well. Maybe get the Hunter B-15 in the action as well, since she's still imprisoned. But yeah, I'm ready for the finale. I'm ready to see where this leads off and where do we go from here, you know? So let's just get into it, shall we? So, before we start, I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and please leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment. But without further ado, we're going to be starting this reaction right now.
Way to go, Tic Tac!
That's how you punch.
Wakanda forever!
You wouldn't have heard of me.
Let me put you on hold.
Dance off.
Wait,
I was
what?
running from work.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell is this? What the fuck? This is MCU people talking. Greta Thunberg? What the fuck is going on? What the f- What the fuck? Already. We just got started. That was an amazing intro though. Jesus. This is very ominous. Oh my god, what the fuck?
He's impressed.
He?
Who's impressed?
He who remains.
And who is he?
Good luck with that.
Never even imagined that Miss Minutes would be bigger than the TVA. Those the timekeepers? Because there's a fourth one that got broken off. Were there supposed to be 4 timekeepers? What?
This is wild.
Come on, let's talk. From my office.
So is he human?
Don't tell me I'm a disappointment.
No. Just a little bit easier to kill.
Come on in.
Must be lonely here.
Loki. Loki.
I said I wasn't to be disturbed.
Well, you're not going to be happy to see me.
Oh boy.
He's back.
100 D90 to my office immediately.
Yeah, sorry, Mona. That's not going to work out the way you think it is. Now that we know your secret.
Is everyone behind him?
Secure the perimeter. I've got it.
Oh, he let her out?
What the hell is going on here?
Your translator.
What? Whoa, that's smart.
We found you.
Duh. Of course you
He
did.
wanted to be found?
Oh, a swing of a miss. So we're still doing that. You can't kill me because I already know what's going to happen.
What? That's scary. Like, free will is non-existent. It's like destiny or fate or whatever.
Yep, you're right. Back here again.
Somehow I think he was expecting that.
Where are you going to go?
In search of free will.
Alright, but where?
Before the TVA, a variant of myself lived on Earth in the 31st century. He was a scientist, and he discovered that there were universes stacked on top of his own.
Ah,
At the same time, other versions of us were learning the same
multiverse.
thing. Naturally, they made contact, and for a while, there was peace. Narcissistic, self-congratulatory peace. Not every version of me was so pure of heart. That first variant encountered a creature created from all the tears in reality, capable of consuming time and space itself. A creature
Eliath?
you both know.
Eliath.
Bingo. I harnessed the beast's power and began experimenting on it.
Once I isolated our timeline, all I had to do was manage the flow of time
Whoa.
and prevent any further branches. Hence, the TVA. Ages and ages of cosmic harmony. Hence, you're welcome.
So he isolated his own timeline and let Eliath destroy every other one.
You kill me and destroy all this, and you don't just have one devil, you have an infinite amount. Or you two run the thing. It's not personal, it's practical.
It was personal to me.
Grow up! Grow up, Sylvie!
Jesus.
Murderer! Hypocrite! We all done horrible, terrible, horrific things.
Maybe this guy's so far above everything that he doesn't see the individuals anymore.
We just crossed the threshold.
What threshold?
I knew everything up to a certain point, and that point was about
Just there.
7, 8, 9, 10 seconds ago.
That must be scary after so much time.
What are you doing?
Sylvie, hang on a moment. Let's just talk about it.
Well, how about we finish what we started?
Wait, why? Why are you fighting?
But maybe he was telling the truth.
Better hurry! Timeline's already branching.
So what are you suggesting?
I'm just suggesting we think about it.
Shit, I thought she was gonna stab him. Like Loki. What was that? Kind of jump.
Sylvie, stop. Stop. I just want you to be okay.
Aw. The ultimate narcissist, only falling in love with himself.
But I'm not you.
Oh!
See you soon.
When another version of him comes along. Doesn't feel that great, does it? Well, that looks incredibly bad. This looks amazing though. Oh my god. And there we go.
No turning back now.
Multiverse.
You're an analyst, right? What division are
What?
you from?
What are you talking about?
Who are you? What's your name?
Boots on the ground now, archives.
What the fuck?
Who are you?
He's already here. What? That's how it ends? Okay, so what does this mean? Is this like the cycle begins over again? Like him taking over and stuff and then creating the TVA and blah blah blah. That cycle, it's starting over again. So in this cycle they haven't met Loki yet. So they don't know him. What a mindfuck. Can't wait for the post-credit scene though. Maybe it's gonna lead into Doctor Strange. What? There's gonna be a season 2? That's incredible. Holy shit, we just finished the episode. But man, there's a season 2. I just assumed there would never be a season 2 because WandaVision was a one-time thing. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was a one-time thing. I just assumed this was a one-time thing. And it would just lead into Doctor Strange and the multiverse of madness. But no, it doesn't. This is gonna lead just to season 2. Wow. I gotta admit though, I was like, how is this gonna lead into fucking Doctor Strange, right? But I guess it makes sense sort of that there's a multiverse war going on right now. But wow. That's awesome. Never in a million years would I have guessed that this would have a season 2. But good on them, because this is a hit. Holy shit, what a finale. I don't even know where to start. I guess let's just start with the biggest thing, which is the Citadel at the end of time, where He Who Remains made his residence. He's the guy behind the TVA. He's the guy that, you know, ended the multiverse war, which happens in the future, I guess, but since the TVA is outside of time, it's, you know, any time. It's every time. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Miss Minutes also answered to him and not, she wasn't contained to the TVA, but she actually reported to him. But about He Who Remains, he was born in the 31st century. He was a scientist, and that's when they, well, I think he discovered that there were multiple universes stacked on top of each other. Is what I think he said, and they figured out technology to interact with the other ones. So like it's a universe sandwich, right? So maybe we're here, and then there's one there and there and there, but also there and there and there. Yeah, and they interacted with each other, they exchanged technology with each other, they had peace until other ones came along, and they were like, "Hey, I like your Earth, I'll take yours." And then war happened. So this guy interacted with doppelgangers of himself who were also scientists, I would assume, but most of them were terrible people, worse than he is. So in the end, he developed technology to isolate his timeline, so he went to this place at the end of time, the Citadel, and he was like, fuck these other universes, I'm just gonna take mine but delete the rest. I'm gonna sick Goliath on them. He's gonna eat everything, and it'll just be my timeline left. I'll call it the Sacred Timeline. And that was the thing wrapped around the Citadel, right? And he was like, okay, in order to prevent another multiverse, I'm gonna make a whole agency that guards this timeline in order to make sure no branches happen and no multiverse starts again, because my doppelgangers are terrible people and they will destroy everything. So that's what he did. He, from his time, is the only one that remained. He who remains, right? So our timeline is the one that he's from, and he deleted all the other ones. Yes, he created Alioth, or he found Alioth, or created Alioth, I don't know. And he sicked him on the other universes, and then put him in the void at the end of time to just eat everything that got pruned. Yeah, he's a guy who just knows everything. Everything was written or known to him up until a certain point, which begs the question, like, does anyone have free will? And the answer would be no, because he has everything that you're ever going to do in writing, right? Everything that's ever going to happen in time is in writing until the end of time, which was during that meeting with the two Lokis. He was like, well, there was this certain moment, and that's up until there, he knew everything that was going to happen, and past there, he didn't. So I guess that's where time ended or something. So only without him can you have free will, right? Because with the TVA, free will is governed by the TVA. If you exercise free will and you vary from what he knows you're gonna do, then you're a variant and you get pruned, which is how they control free will, I guess. So without the TVA, people can have free will, but the downside to that is a multiverse will appear, people will be doing their own thing, and chaos will ensue, right? So free will equals chaos, and TVA equals no free will equals order. So he was like, okay, you can either take over for me and keep the balance or whatever, or you can kill me, chaos will reign, the multiverse will break out again in the 31st century, and everything that happened with him will happen again, and he will come around again and end up in the same spot as he who remains. So in the end, it doesn't really matter at all, right? Which is why when Sylvie killed him, he said, I'll see you in a minute, or I'll see you soon, or whatever. And then Loki went back to the TVA, which is where, I guess, the cycle had already repeated itself, like in the 31st century. Multiverse broke out again, he created the TVA again, and now he was back in charge. I guess Loki and Hunter B-15 were already recruited by that point, but since it's so long ago, they haven't met Loki yet, so which is why they don't know who he is, right? Man, this is confusing. So I guess it didn't really matter at all, right? that Mobius went ahead and went to Renslayer and stuff, and B-15 tried to convert soldiers to her side. Like, she led a squad to a school where Judge Renslayer was before she joined the TVA, I guess, when she was still a human living her life. She was like a teacher. So Hunter B-15 made the squad see that you aren't created by the TVA. You're a human, then you do something, you become a variant, and you end up at the TVA. But yeah, that was gonna be interesting, but in the end it looks like that didn't matter at all, right? Because the cycle happened again. And, you know, what also could happen is that there are now two versions of the TVA. One of the previous cycle and the TVA of the new cycle. So, with that in mind, the old Mobius and the old Hunter B-15 that were staging for war could still exist. And then there's the new one where they don't know him and where he who remains is in charge. Then he probably hasn't created the Timekeepers yet. But I guess we'll see all of this in season 2, which, you know, I would love to hear about, like, a release window somewhere. It's probably not gonna happen for a while, right? So I wonder, I'm always getting back to Doctor Strange too, because it is called the Multiverse of Madness. So is the intention of releasing this movie before Doctor Strange comes out? Like, if this show will only have 2 seasons, will it have to come out and then it will lead into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness? Because it all deals in multiverses, right? Or is it Loki season 1, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and then Loki season 2? Which doesn't really make sense, because Loki season 1 and 2, it looks like it's gonna go on with its own story. And maybe the show and that movie both deal with the multiverses, but it's both a bit, well, this show is a bit more self-contained, and the other one is really MCU stuff. Which doesn't make sense, because it's both MCU. Man, I don't know. This is so confusing. What also could happen is that, you know, they release Loki season 2 before that movie, then the movie happens, and whatever happens there, maybe you can have a Loki season 3 after that, or Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is kind of like Loki season 3, right? It's like the conclusion to everything that happened in Loki, but then with a lot of MCU people. Who the fuck even knows? I'm just spitballing here, right? Wait, when does Doctor Strange even come out? Is it this year or next year? Hang on. Because I might be talking a bunch of crap. March 25th, 2022. So that's less than a year? I don't think? Wait, hang on. So what I'm reading here is that Tom Hiddleston is expected to return as Loki in Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. They also report that Loki has paved the way for the multiversal events of both Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange 2. Right, so it does deal with each other, and it does overlap a lot, but still, how can that happen? How can Loki be in Doctor Strange and deal with that stuff when this season 2 looks to be like a direct continuation of Loki season 1? Or is there going to be a time gap? Or like a moment where Loki takes off for a bit to deal with MCU stuff and then comes back? But you can't do that. This is confusing! I don't know what to do anymore. I just want more information. I just want a Doctor Strange trailer, god dang it. And, oh, or a Spider-Man one, because that also deals in multiversal stuff, because we have multiple Spider-Men, right? God. Why is this so... Why did they have to bring time travel and multiverse stuff within the same show. Can't you have one of either things? Like the Flash never went this bad, right? It's either multiverse stuff or time stuff. My god. This isn't good for my brain. I need to lie down in a bit. Alright. Well, we went over this enough, right? So, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. This show has been amazing. It's going to be the first season of anything that I finished on this channel. It's like the first season finale I've reacted to on this channel. And it's been fun. Like, making reaction videos, I like it. It's fun. This show has been amazing. And I can't wait for season 2 because I will definitely react to that as well. Whenever it comes out. Probably somewhere in the second half of next year or something. Probably after Doctor Strange. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you like what I do. Yeah, and if you don't, leave a comment. I would love to know what you thought of it and how I could improve. Or if you did like it, let me know what you liked. And if you want me to react to anything else. Also, leave a like and subscribe, because that helps me out a lot. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. What do you think of this season? Are you hyped for season 2? Take care, guys.